Hi! So we just got done with our first day at our Homeschool Conference. This is a yearly thing for us, one time a year. This is our third time going?
No, it's like our fourth or fifth time going.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Sorry.
Fourth? It's our third.
Don't mind our cats or children. Okay? Okay. Okay, so...
You guys have only been going for like 3 years, but me and Mom have been going
yeah,
for
we've been
like
going a little bit longer than that.
Oh.
4 or 5.
So we wanted to give you guys kind of an idea of some of the things that we pick up. Now, our conference isn't near as big as some places, but we're very lucky that we actually have one, because a lot of people do have to travel to their homeschool conference. We had a fair amount traveling in, more so this year than I think even some of the past years, I feel like.
I think it changes every year.
Yeah, and it really depends on what speakers are happening and what kind of talks, and every year has kind of a common theme.
For me personally, every year is hit and miss. Last year, I didn't feel like some of the speakers were really what I was looking for, but the first year I went, I took away a lot. Second year I went, I took away something. This year, I feel like I took away a little bit for the first day. I'm hoping to take away
Second day
more
has
tomorrow.
second day has a little more of the speakers that we're really, well, that I'm interested in. I don't know that you've really looked ahead at, but so we just wanted to give kind of a look and see what we got. We have definitely come home with more than that one. Some years we come home with a lot, and some years not so much. This is, I would say, kind of a medium haul for us. We haven't bought this much stuff at the fair or at the conference in a while.
No, but we got a lot of little things.
Yeah, we got a lot more little things. We didn't need so much in the curriculum stuff. This is more extra things this year. So we spent about 270, ish.
170.
Oh, sorry, 170.
170.
I was like, 270? What do we get for 270? There is no curriculum in here.
170, and a big part of that was something I bought myself.
So we've been eyeing this for a while. This is more our gift to ourselves.
That's for me.
And me.
I really love the Fallout franchise.
So
love games.
This was our biggest purchase. We do not regret it. Sorry for the background noise. We're feeding children and they're eating pizza.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Because it's Pizza Friday.
It's Pizza Friday. Every Friday. In our house, every Friday.
Yeah.
Love my child. Just get your pizza. Okay? Just pick it up and take it.
Not every Friday.
Okay.
Oh, I pulled off
Just
some...
pick it up and take it.
I guess I'll just do
Jaden.
the last two.
Our children don't understand the fact that we're filming.
That's real life.
You know-
Kids gotta eat.
It's fine.
Anyways,
Whatever.
that was one of the biggest purchases. That's why we spent 170, because I think that game alone was like $50.
Yeah, it was 47.
But it's
So-
something I really enjoy, and we like board games, so
We're a board game family. So that's kind of,
it was kind of a treat.
yeah. We got to treat ourselves. Okay, so where do we want to even start?
I will say that a lot of this stuff we probably could buy other places, but there is a vendor at the Homeschool Conference that we really like, and their prices I feel are really reasonable. Some things are a little more expensive, and some things are a little bit cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
So we see stuff there, we get it, we ask the kids their ideas on things they might need or want.
And something, too, about the Homeschool Conference. We want to support the vendors at the conference, because the more we support the vendors, the more vendors we can get in. So for us, it is very important to support them as well.
Yeah, we've seen vendors come and go through the 4 or 5 years we've been going, and there have been some that we've really liked and they don't come anymore, but maybe it's because they can't make the profit that they think they should. But one of them, what is it, Miller Pads and Paper. We really like them. Basically, it's just books and
Paper goods
and things like that.
They do have workbooks. They do have games, but it's just kind of a catch-all of all the lovely little trinkety stuff that we all love.
But anyways, we asked the kids their ideas too. So first thing we got are these books. Kids love drawing and making stories. This is just a blank book, but it's already basically stapled or bound. and they can write their own stories. Got 6 of these, and these were $1.20. So something fun for the kids to.
And it's already
make
put
stories.
together. I mean, they love it. We can adapt that to anything. Field journals, just for fun, making stories. That's what they like to do most of the time. Just a sketchbook, writing book, anything.
Yep.
Okay, and along with that, our son has been getting into drawing more. So we decided to get him a good travel drawing journal. Just something a little bit nicer that he could hold on to, and it's one of his favorite colors, so it's bright green. Let's see, that guy was, I think it just says on the back. Yeah, this was $9.99. But I mean, regular price, it's like $12. So they do dock a little bit for a conference
Yeah.
specials.
And then to go along with sketching, we got
little sketch
set, pencils, shaders, erasers, stuff like that. So that was $7.
Yeah.
So not terrible.
Yeah, go ahead and
Trin likes to paint, so we got her a nice watercolor paint tin. So
This is actually a really fun
it's
tin. I
just-
was pretty excited about this.
Just a basic watercolor paint tin, but it's just kind of a nicer one.
I like the holding. And then to go along with that,
That was
oh, sorry,
$7.90 on that one.
$7.90. And then we got a 10 brush set. Some of my brushes are getting kind of awful. I mean, children and paint brushes, we all know what those look like. This was $6. I mean, it's not a special one, but it's got a bunch of different sizes, and you got to go through these every so often.
Also got some just maps. Maps are always good just to look at and learn geography. The more you look at them, the more you learn. So on one side it's the world, on the other side it's the United States.
These are also laminated and
These
punched.
weren't very expensive. These
No.
were $1 or something.
Oh, nope, these were $2.
Okay, $2.
A little over $2, so those are good.
Also, teacher had to have some dry erase markers.
Because my children steal mine. Borrow. Sorry, they don't steal. They borrow with no intent of giving back.
They borrow and then
And
they
let it
disappear.
dry out.
And then they vanish.
And mom's left with nothing to do school with.
What else do we got?
So these were $10.99. So, I mean,
Those were a little expensive.
these were a little expensive, but yeah, I needed them.
Also, just some graph paper. Graph paper, I feel like, is really hard to find. Like
Yeah,
at
good.
Walmart or
Well, and the
just a
different
normal
size,
store.
the different size graph paper.
Yeah.
Because this is bigger than your average graph paper.
Yeah. So we have had trouble finding graph paper. Maybe it's just us not looking in the right spot. But this pad was $2. So
And I mean,
that'll
you can
be
use graph paper for everything.
lots of things. For
Sketchbook.
that.
I did for me also, I don't have my pen, but I also got my own little like fine tip pen. I love these.
And another special pen.
Yes.
That's only for her.
I love it. It's my favorite. Please tell me you guys have a favorite pen. The pen that you like hoard.
I have favorite pens as well, but the one that you use, that's not the kind.
It's the most amazing pen
like
ever.
the jelly ones that just glide.
So you're a 90s girl. Lisa Frank? You love you some Lisa Frank.
Whatever.
I have a favorite pen.
Okay. So the only kind of, I guess, school books that I got, but they're more fun. I like things that do multi-purpose. So I got a subtraction secrets book and a double-digit decoders book. So these have your math problems, and then you have to solve, it shows you the directions by your answers and how many blocks to kind of solve a problem or a map. I mean, these were 11. So, I mean, for that price, there are several pages of work and fun stuff to do in there. So it's just something to kind of put in every so often. Break the normal
monotony of doing math.
And for us, you know, we're all about the finances and things like that. Well, I've been looking for something for the kids where we can kind of start explaining money to them and doing that. So I found these cool books. This one's called Money Quest. This is for the younger, kind of where they are now. And then I have Money Maze, which is for when they get a little bit older. This is kind of a way to explain finances and how it works in kids' terms. So I'm really excited to try these out. I think these were a little bit more. These are $13.75, but I think they're going to be very worth it. And if I want to save them, I can just photocopy if I need to. So
Yep. So
I use that.
That's some things we got at the Homeschool Conference. Everybody's got their own way of homeschooling or what they think they should teach their kids. There's no right or wrong way, and that's the great thing about homeschooling is
It's just your way.
It's just your way. As long as you teach your kids about life, I guess, in general.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't need to spend all this money to homeschool. It's just we're lucky that we're able to do that. So.
And, you know, honestly, my curriculum that I use during the year is free. It just costs me paper to print it. I don't think that I need to spend thousands of dollars on a curriculum. Now, if you do, that's great. But for us, that just isn't in our budget.
I remember years ago, what was that speaker that said, as long as you have a library card and a Bible, you can homeschool your kids.
Uh-huh.
And that's very true. You can spend thousands of dollars in homeschool, or you can be very frugal in homeschool.
Mm-hmm.
I would say we're probably on the lower end of the spectrum. We don't spend a ton of money. When we do spend money, we seem like we spend a lot of money at one time. Like today, we spent almost $200. But we probably won't spend any money on homeschooling per se for a while, I would imagine.
No. You know, because when school time comes around again for public schoolers, that's when we go in and we buy supplies that'll last us like the full year, like most traditional teachers do. And we might even buy some afterwards just to stock up. I mean, I have notebooks as high as a shelf.
And a lot of the times those things last longer than a public school kid would, because we're not schooling every day. Mm-hmm. That's the great thing about homeschool as well. You know, you spread it out. You're not doing as much every day as someone might in a public school, so it lasts longer as well.
Mm-hmm. It's just something we do. If you guys have any questions or anything, feel free to comment. You know, we can answer if you have questions on how we homeschool or things like that. I mean, we're not experts. I mean, is anyone really an expert these days? So, you know, but we love to help people, and we like to see everyone thrive in whatever part of the journey they're on. Yeah.
Yeah, homeschooling has definitely been a journey. It's taken a lot for me coming from a public school to really get in the mindset. I used to be of the mindset, we're going to sit and we're going to do schoolwork every day from 7 to 3, and that's how it's going to work. And over the last 4 years, I've really had to reteach myself that that's not what homeschooling is about. That you can homeschool when you're cooking dinner, you're measuring things, and you're learning and teaching when you don't even think about it or realize it. So just something to think about. Even when you're on vacation or you go to the park or whatever.
Use it as a learning opportunity.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But yeah, I really enjoy the conference every year, regardless if I enjoy the speakers or not. I enjoy the vendors for sure. I like seeing all this stuff, shopping around, all the books that you read as a kid. You know, today I was really trying to get Brianna to buy some books because I was like, oh, I read all those books when I was a kid.
We have a lot of books.
But I don't know if I should spend the money because it's like, will our kids enjoy those same books? So we held off for now. We do have lots of books that they haven't read yet, so we'll get through those books and then maybe we'll buy more.
We'll buy more.
We'll probably buy more. Hello.
Hi guys. So, you remember how in the clip just ahead of this that we said we were done spending money? We were. We really were.
We got some more fun stuff.
You know, you just get to looking. You just got to do a little bit more. Sorry if you hear some more background noise. This is also the next day, and it is really windy here. Like, it's shaking everything windy.
It's Nebraska wind.
Who knew? So, something we did forget yesterday was actually one of our favorite games is Timeline. We found another one. They used to be in square tins, if you ever have seen those before, but these are now circle. This one's Timeline Events.
The other one we have is Timeline US, and the whole idea of the game is it's just cards, but they each have a date, and then you sit down with your kids or your family and you play it, and you have to guess when, you know...
When it happened.
When whatever event happened in which year. It's actually, it's really fun, and it's a really fun way to learn history and really...
It's fun for adults as well as kids.
Yeah, because I'm finding, like, I love history, and I'm finding that I don't quite remember as much as I think I do. Mm-hmm. So, and it's really interesting to remember what year things happened. But the other one we have is U.S. history, I believe, and this one is more like world events, and history, like major events, things like that. So that'll be fun.
Yes, very fun. So this one retailed for $11.75. So not horrible. I mean, and it's small tin. Since we do travel a lot, we can throw this in our bag and take it and not really have to worry about it because of the boxes. We did also get a couple of these magic picture books. We haven't seen these before, so that was kind of new. These were, oh, that's the wrong price. $3. And what you do is you go to your page, it's a blank page, but you rub it with a pencil and it reveals different things, like different puzzles or whatever's underneath of it.
Yeah. Those look, I don't know, they just look like fun activities for the kids.
It says for ages 5 and up, so, you know, something different.
I might try one. They look neat.
It's cool. Okay. I did grab a few workbooks today. I was kind of thinking about what the kids needed. So I did get 2 workbooks for my kiddos for writing. These were $5.90, just your basic phonics things. I did get, our son and our daughter really like mazes. So we got some mazes, a maze book, which some of these are kind of trippy mazes. So we'll see how long it lasts.
Our son can sit down and do super hard mazes in no time at all. So
We like to give a good challenge.
it's always a challenge for us to find mazes that take him a while or to keep him occupied, but he enjoys them. So
This one is, $5.90. I don't know if I said that one. We needed some more history. So we have been working on ancient civilizations, so we did get a book for that. And we want to dive deeper into colonial America. So that was fun. These are $12 each. So this has quite a few different activities and cutouts and some more fun stuff.
And one thing that should be said is, even though we did spend quite a money at the conference this weekend, a lot of this material, I mean, these books alone, like this book alone covers grades 4 through 6. Mm-hmm. So that's like 2 years worth of schooling. So $12 for...
So you don't necessarily have to use this whole book in 1 year.
Yeah, because
you can spread it
you're
out.
not having that class every day. You spread it out. Same thing with this one, this ancient civilization book. It's grades 1 through 3. So again, it covers quite a bit. It's not.
And books like this are really great too that are multi-level, because then if your child is ahead, or if you have if you have multiple kids in your family, then you can all cover the same subject but adapt to your grades that you have at home.
Yeah. And these other ones are actually grades 1 through 6, so
Even further. So we got a maps one, U.S. maps one, which this one is actually really cool because of some of the activities and things. It makes maps a little bit more fun because that, I don't know about you guys, but for us that tends to get a little boring sometimes. And then we got a giant science resource book. So this is also 1 through 6. See, the map book, yeah, that one was 12 as well. This one was a little bit more. This was 22. But it has a bunch of lessons and...
But again, the way that we look at it is $22. How long is this going to last us? It's a big investment for this weekend while we're at the conference, but when you look at it spread out over how much time we're actually going to use this book, I feel like the price really isn't that bad. And again, homeschooling, we said in yesterday's video, it can be as expensive or cheap as you want. Everybody has their own curriculum, their own ideas on what they should teach or how they should teach.
Yeah.
So this is just what we do. And some resources that we feel like we could use.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I want to show this.
Okay, you show that.
I like showing the fun stuff.
This was his find.
So this game looks really silly, looks really fun. It's called Battle Sheep. I've never played it. It was $18.99. So it looks fun.
Yeah, it is Battle Sheep. I mean, just the sheep.
Says Battle Sheep flock to greener pastures. So we'll have to check
Ages
that
7
out.
and up, 2 to 4 players. Did you say how much that one was?
Yeah, $18.99.
Okay. I wasn't paying attention.
The other thing that I really wanted to get yesterday, and Brianna was like, wait on, but
Weed caved.
for me, I like books and I like having books on hand just for whenever the kids might feel like reading.
So for us and how our curriculum works, I school almost year round. But in the summertime, we tend to do less book work like this, like workbooks, and we do more reading. So for us, this is kind of an investment for our summer plans.
And also, I feel like reading and writing are the premises for anything you're going to teach. I really felt like when we started homeschooling, I kept telling Brianna, we got to get the kids to read. We got to get the kids to read because teaching them anything else will just be that much easier. So, and my dad always pushed reading, and it was super important. He read to me and made me read. And I do love reading, and unfortunately in my adult life, I just don't make enough time for it. I really should. That's just the way things go with work and stuff. But that being said, we just got some classics. We got Sherlock Holmes, which was $11.75, and it's actually, I mean, the reading level.
I mean, you can see it's average. I mean, a little beyond ours, but I have no doubt that our kids could work at it.
You know, by the time they work up through the other books that we have and get to that reading level,
no doubt that they'll
be ready for it. This one we got also is The Wizard of Oz, and it was $7.70.
A little bit shorter.
Just another classic. We also got Grimm's Fairy Tales, which I've never read.
I'm kind of excited about this one. This is one of my favorites.
I know of Grimm's Fairy Tales, and like I've never read them or seen any TV shows or anything about them. But
that was my pick.
You know, I know that they're classics. That one was $7.70, like I said, and they were buy one get one, buy three get one free. So we got Frankenstein. It's always a good classic. This one was also $7.70. So.
Yeah.
And books are great too for like traveling and stuff. Brianna said we travel quite a bit, or we try to, so you know, when we travel on an airplane we can take books or whatever, and that reading time, you know, if that's all we get done for school that day, that's fine. At least they're reading, which again is working on the fundamentals of everything else they're going to learn in life. So other than that, today's talks were good.
Yeah, it was. We were both wearing out a lot today. A lot more than we thought we would.
It's amazing how much sitting at a conference and listening, just, it's kind of silly, but it is exhausting. Just focusing all your attention on a speaker or whatever. Overall, I feel like this year's conference was good.
Yeah.
I think every year I take away something.
Even if we take away a little something, we always take away something.
Yeah.
You know, we had a few favorite speakers this year that we ended up going to, so I think it was a really good conference for us.
Yeah, and if you're watching this and you don't homeschool, or if you're thinking about homeschooling, it can be a scary thing, and once you get into it, it's really not. I think the idea for me starting out homeschooling, going from public school to homeschool, was I had this idea of what school was or what it was supposed to be. And through the years, the conference has really made me understanding that learning isn't what I've been taught learning should be. It's really made me open my mind that, you know, learning is playing a board game at the table, family night, or cooking dinner, or going to the park, doing laundry,
grocery shopping,
you know, learning life skills. And it's really opened my mind to what learning actually is over what I was taught that it should be. So I would say if you're wanting to get into homeschooling, it's not as scary as you think it is going to be.
No, and honestly, if you have any questions about it, reach out. You know, you can reach out to us, you can reach out to a local homeschool family that you know and help guide you. Every state's a little bit different as far as what they require, but the journeys are all kind of the same.
And I would also say about homeschooling communities, it's been really great because I feel homeschooling families are really quick to help each other because we all have that mentality that, you know, even with co-op, like if we don't know how to do something, there's someone that does, and we go to co-op and there's people there that we have classes that teach our kids things. So that there's resources and things out there for homeschooling that can help you along the way or make it a better experience, or, you know, just overall information. It's out there if you want to reach out.
You know, and I know some people, like, it's scary to reach out to other people. I get it. Like, it's hard to want to just jump into that community. But I agree. As soon as you jump into that community, everyone's willing to help, no matter where they're from. Everyone's willing to say, hey, come sit down with us. Let's talk about it. And chances are they're probably going through or had the same thoughts you had.
And it's nice, too, because in that community, like I said, if you don't know how to do something and you want your kids to learn about whatever it is, it's great because not only is there somebody that probably does know about it, but they're also willing to share that knowledge. They're quick to want to teach it to other people. So I feel like the homeschool community, at least in our area in Nebraska, is really good.
Yeah, we're lucky. We are kind of centered around a couple of the major groups around here, but even some of the rural communities have pretty great little pockets of their homeschool families, which is nice to see.
Yeah, and also just along with the homeschooling, we said yesterday, it's nice that, you know, we can travel and we can just, you know, I come home from work and I have the next day off, we can just up and go do something. We don't have to take the kids out of school, because for us, our mentality is we're always doing school, basically. Whether we know it or not, we're always teaching the kids, and we're even learning things ourselves because we're going out of our way to learn about something that the kids might want to know, and if we don't know about it, then it forces us to learn about it and teach them. So.
It's really fun. We get to learn again.
Yeah,
I enjoy it. Yeah. So if you have any questions, please let us know. We'll be happy to help you.
Also, don't forget to share the video, like, and subscribe.
Yay!
Thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, edit that out. Oh, edit that part out.
I will not.